Welcome to Raven's Over. Please subscribe to my channel. Also hit the notification bell and like this video and share. This is reference to an update on Belly. But before I do that, I want to tell anyone to please step away from this video because I have someone to read. Her name is Claudia Angela Jordan. Now, Claudia Angela Jordan is an actress and she was born on April the 12th in 1973 in Providence, Rhode Island. Now, she had a lot to say in reference to a trans woman died. Now, she had a spouse named Dotori Turner back in 2009 and a divorce back in 2010. So clearly, after 1 year of marriage, he got the hell away from her crazy ass. So now, we're having a visual for Bella Weeze, and she was only 17 years old. And this numbnut went on Twitter, Claudia Jordan. Okay, serious question, no shade. If she had breasts and a penis, is that a trans woman or a man with breasts? Now that is a joke for her. We're talking about a fucking death here. But then she wants to make jokes, that's light of it. Or do they not become trans until full gender surgery, reassignment surgery? A question again. It's confusing and there's nothing wrong with asking questions. And let's not penalize folks for asking and having the same love you would. People should be allowed to agree to disagree, embrace or not, as long as they keep it respectful and nonviolent. This is not the answer. I'm glad I'm glad this interview is generating conversation though. Now remind you, another numbnut, the numbnut like the one that went after Malik, another numbnut, showed you that nuts are very fucking weird. Another silly, stupid bitch. At the end of the day, Tommen is all fucked up once again. He come another stupid bitch with a fucking commentary at the wrong fucking time. But someone responded. They said that Claudia Jordan, instead of putting public empathy on trans people body parts, why won't you put public empathy on murders of black trans women? During a time where black trans women are being targeted, why are penises and breasts so important to you? It is extremely offensive, transphobic, dehumanizing, and downright anti-black. If a person identifies as a woman, she is a woman. If her pronouns is she and her, she is and her. It's interesting that you've been more curious about our genitalia instead of why are we being murdered so often. So what exactly are you antics? How can you remove your focus from breath, trans people, underwear, and add to protecting trans people's lives? I tell you why she can't do it, because she's a fucking idiot. You know, the thing about it is, I had to do this video before I do Belly. I want to separate this whole thing. This is like the beginning before the music starts. I want to separate from this girl being murdered on the street. She was only 17 years old. He's a grown-ass adult. You was born in 1973. You're an old-ass bitch, and here it is. You act like a goddamn fool. You know, the thing about it is, you one of them bitches that fucking stole fucking bullets at people, but then that and still, when it comes at you, you act like you the fucking victim. Oh, wow, I was just saying something respectful. How the fuck can you say something respectfully like that when the person has been murdered? That's kitchen table talk if you felt like that. You talk to one of your fucking friends. Hollywood is gay as fuck. All you have to do is ask one of them. You don't have to do no public service announcement as far as the world and tweeting and making it so fucking negative and only focusing on a body part, because probably she looks more like a threat than your fucking ass here. You a genetic woman that can't even hold a fucking man and probably can't hold a piss that runs out your fucking body, you fucking monkey face bitch. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you something. We all in the belly of the beast, and there's some evil motherfuckers walking around here. And at the end of the day, you got to be careful, because every pretty face is not a pretty face. You got some evil bitches out here. And at the end of the day, you need to live and let live. But you got some ignorant bitches out here that want to take a fucking joke at this time. The same way that monkey face bitch did with Malik Loba. Y'all some sick motherfuckers. Y'all timing is so fucked up, it's crazy. Claudia Jordan and that bitch Mariah Lopez, what her fucking name is. The dog-faced boy. My thing is this. I'm tired of biting my fucking tongue, and y'all really getting on my fucking nerves with these fucking jokes at the wrong fucking time. We talking about deaths here, and y'all making a fucking light of it. You sick motherfuckers, seek help. Anyway, let me start my raving video, and I want to separate from Belly from the negativity. Okay, here we go. Welcome to
Hey, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? Are you getting it in? Somebody getting it for you? What's going on, people? Subscribe to my channel.
Okay, this is about the visual that took place about Bella Weeze. She was only 17 years old when the shit is still with you. Now, a vigil for a transgender teen killed in Baltimore LGBTQ community stresses unity in the faces of violence. Story being reported as of September the 6th, 2019. Now, Bella Weeze, a rising high school senior, was one of at least 17 transgender people killed this year, remembering Friday in a somber ceremony in Baltimore. Nearly 50 people came together in the yacht on the corner of North Avenue and Charles Street to light candles, hold hands, and show solidarity in the face of violence experienced by the LGBTQ community. She was one of the at least three trans women killed in Maryland in 2019. Now, the first step to fighting violence in the unity, said Damon's, the event organizers who runs Baltimore Safe Haven and the new resources center and shelter that will remain open on September the 15th at 2117 North Charles Street. The group hung photos of Reeves singing "Lean on Me" and chanted "Enough is enough." It could have been any of us, Damon said. Now, there is a lot of violence in Baltimore towards trans people. The violence is repeating itself over and over again. Now, it stated that the police said that Reeves, 17 years old, on Rockville, died after being shot at 8:05 p.m. on Monday in Northeast Baltimore. She was killed in her torso in the 4300 block of Parkwood Avenue and taken to the nearby hospital where she died. As Friday, police said that they had no suspects or motives in the shooting. Reeves' brother, Thomas Reed, 20 years old, of Morgan State University student, said that his sister was at the cookout with her friends when she got shot. He had been at the same party but left about an hour before the shooting. He was eating dinner when he got the call to go to Johns Hopkins Hospital. She was a person who lived her life to the fullest. Thomas said that he was confronted by a number of people who came out to the visual. He said that he hopes to one day start a nonprofit to fight against violence, especially and the impacts of the LGBTQ community. Now, like Bella Weeze, the majority of trans people killed are black, said that Sarah McBride, National Press Secretary of the Human Rights Campaign, the Washington-based organization, the national largest of the LGBTQ rights group, tracks violence against trans community. When transphobia mixed with misogyny, racism, it can result in fatal violence, McBride said. Now, that's why almost every single trans death is a trans woman, something of color. The community is pointing to the possible killing of the 18 trans women in Florida this week. McBride said that the number of deaths has been increasing, believed to be in part because of the most accurate data of trans killings in the country politics on 2018. At least 26 transgender people has killed in the U.S. Besides Reed, two of the other killings this year was in Maryland. Zoe Spears, 23 years old, was killed on June 13th in Fairmount Heights, Ashanti Carmen, 27 years old, after being shot on March the 13th in Prince George County. Mimi, who runs the Pride Center of the Maryland 2530 North Charles and Boston, in Baltimore, said that the rate of killing of trans women of color has led to has led to a shorter life expectancy. When a popular overall contributing to the contributing to the killings and the other challenges the group faces. She said that such as housing, instability, poverty, and the rate of sex trafficking. Mimi said that she couldn't speak about the circumstances around Reeves' killing until further notice is known. Now, the Pride Center works with the extended life of a trans woman of color and others that providing resources that address some of the challenges they face. Mimi said that it includes information on housing, access to GED courses, and to help the people who have endured trauma so they can learn to navigate in the workplace. Now, Anki said that Bella Weeze was a friend. Corbett sobs in the arms of Reed's brother and other friends at the vigil. Now, not many people in our community gets this kind of respect. Anki said. Now, news of Reed's killing spread far and wide. Trans actress Dominique Jackson, who plays Electra on the Fox series FX, posted "Rest in peace, Bella Weeze, only 17 years old," to her 261,000 followers on Instagram. Now, also the fellow Pole star India Moore carried a frame photo of Reeves along with the images on every black trans woman killed this year in the Fashion Media Awards Thursday during the acceptance speech, according to the Daily Front Row of the actress who played Angel in the series "I'm Grieving with My Family." She would make the 17th and the youngest known black trans female murdered this year by gun violence. Just like me, these women dare to exist, and their freedom to exist by being visible. Okay. So I just want to share with you a reference to the update of this beautiful girl, Bella Weeze, that's been killed. And death is final. And the family in my prayers. The family in my prayers. The reason why I get so upset, guys, is because everyone murdered shouldn't have been murdered. We're trying to create a platform of help, understanding. And for some reason, here comes another person to make it seem less than. Until, let's be clear, until it's their mother or their child or their sister, then, oh, this is not funny. But it's a laughing matter on someone else's blood. You know, Marcus suffered. Belly suffered. Both of them very young. Bella's only 17, Marcus only 20. These are young kids. Young adults, of course, but Bella was just a teenager. And these young folks are dead. This is not a joking matter. This is not for a come up. This is not for trying to get clout. This is real life. These people are hurting. These were people that were here, that life was short and taken away from. This is not a joke. It is not a time to make fun of someone's body. It's not a time to make a come up off another celebrity. These are real people. You took away the focus from the whole March on Washington, Mariah, and you made it all about you. With this alleged story being only 13 years old, because you know it'll stick better if you say you're really young. You made the whole thing about you. When finally a celebrity came to the forefront to say, you know what, I'm going to try to help you. Here come one of us. Well, one of y'all, not me, because I would never do that. I don't go after people who's trying to help me. Everybody may not get there the right time or get there the right way, but some people get there. Some people take a little longer. But not only you went after him, you tarnished his name and everything else and made it all about you. Mariah and Claudia. You clearly did the double dumps. The double dumps is every fucking where. I always feel like we live in a hypocrite world. The only time people understand is when it happens to them. And and every time I watched it, they cried the loudest. Oh, help me, it's not funny. I can understand how y'all treat me like this. But Billy was only 17 years old. And Maurice Willoughby, forgive me, I've been saying his name Marcus, but it's Maurice. 20 years old, very young. Young people passed on. Malaysia Book has passed on. Belly has passed on. And these girls didn't just pass away. These girls were murdered as if they were criminals on the street. And to sit back and change the whole narrative into a joke. Claudia. It's just unrealistic. It's not a joking matter. Their family needed them to come home the same way your family needs you to come home. And it's sad because in this world we have so much hate brewing. The same ones that smile with us can't even stand us, to laugh about us, talk about us behind our backs, and we think we found a friend, and really, we haven't. Not in all cases. But I want to give you the update of reference to this beautiful girl. And all I can say is the family in my prayers. Rest in peace. And hopefully somebody can understand my message when I say, with all the pictures of the passed on flowers that's been plucked from the garden, that every last one of those faces I've shown y'all, family needed them to come home. They needed them to come home. Everybody's thinking about the night before they last talked to them. They needed them to come home. Stop making storylines about you when it's about death. Unless you're helping. Unless you're helping. But if you're making a mockery of their deaths and mockery of their life, you're not helping. It's just part of the problem. Death is not a joke to those who are looking for their loved ones to walk through the door. You got to pick up the sneakers that they're no longer wearing anymore because they passed on. Got to go to the girls' room, pick up her dresses, her hair, knowing she's never going to be in it again. The sin of her body still on it. The sin of his body still on it. And y'all treat it like a joke. Get well, people. Get well. Anyway, like I said before, subscribe to my channel in case I get another update on this and stuff, and maybe more coming out because they haven't found Belly's killer as of yet. I just wish they would go into the phone cloud or something or somewhere. But share this video because, like I said before, we're going to get on somebody's conscience. We're going to work on somebody's conscience. They're going to come out and just spill the beans. I'm a strong believer in faith. I'm a strong believer if you keep pushing up on somebody, after a while they'll confess. They'll confess even though you wasn't even asking, they're confessing. Because showing her face is going to bother them so bad. Anyway, like I said before, subscribe to my channel. Tap that Instagram button. Comment below. Let me know how you feel about this. And definitely how you feel about Claudia. And definitely of anything you want to share with me. Comment below. Let you know I love you. And thank you for watching. Catch the rain.